hours after Israel carried out a massive attack on Iran, targeting its missile production units. Two clear and contradictory messages were sent out. While Iran tried to downplay the attack and the damage caused, Israel was clear that it had hit its enemy hard.
مطلب دوم مربوط به این حرکت شرورانه‌ای است که دو شب پیش اینجا انجام دادن. خب یه غلطی کرد. خودشون هم البته بزرگنمایی میکنن. بزرگنمایی اونا غلطه.
ובשעות הבוקר המוקדמות של יום שבת קיימנו את הבטחתנו. חיל האוויר תקף ברחבי איראן. פגענו קשות ביכולת ההגנה של איראן וביכולתה לייצר טילים שמכוונים כלפינו.
But now Iran says it will use all available tools to respond to the Israeli onslaught. The nature of the revenge would match the nature of Israeli attack is the message being sent by Tehran. There are two accounts about what unfolded on the Iranian soil on Saturday. The first account claims scores of Israeli jets struck missile factories and the other sites near Tehran and in western Iran. This was in response to Iran's October 1st attack on Israel, which included over 200 missiles. Israeli strikes hit buildings that were part of Iran's defunct nuclear weapons development program, according to satellite imagery analysis. The facilities used to mix solid fuel for ballistic missiles were also struck. If one looks at the broader picture, Iran has West Asia's largest missile arsenal. It supplies missiles to Russia for use against Ukraine and to Yemen's Houthi rebels and the Lebanese militia Hezbollah, according to Washington. So, experts point out the strikes may have significantly hampered Iran's ability to mass-produce missiles, and the buildings attacked were of intrinsic value for future nuclear weapon-related activities, and hence the warning now. Then there's another account by Iran. Tehran says Israeli warplanes used very light warheads to strike border radar systems in the provinces of Iran, Khuzestan, and around Tehran. But as these attacks unfolded in West Asia, far from the Red Sea, a man sitting in the Oval Office had a major role to play in the attack: US President Joe Biden. Right after Iran's missile attack on Israel, which impacted its airbase, Washington got involved. Biden had a clear task at hand: to stop Israel from reacting immediately and also send a strong message to Iran. For this, Iran's sensitive nuclear sites and energy infrastructure had to be avoided, and a strategy for a proportionate response had to be developed. So US took its own sweet time to influence a more tailored response from Israel. An attack on nuclear sites risks plunging West Asia into a full-scale war involving Iran. So over the course of 3 weeks, US put enough pressure on Israel to not strike nuclear sites. US Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin held talks with his Israeli counterpart Yoav Gallant and discussed about the possible response, while Antony Blinken engaged with European and Arab allies, explaining that Israel's attack will come, but it won't cross red lines. When these conversations began, Israel had Iran's oil sites and nuclear sites on its potential target, but US officials worked to prevent that. They began with imposing oil sanctions targeting Iran's petroleum and petrochemical sectors, so Israel wouldn't go after its oil sites. Then the United States provided more assurance to Israel by boosting its air defenses. This includes a rare US deployment of the Terminal High Altitude Area Defense System, or THAAD, to Israel. However, the deployment only happened after a call took place between Joe Biden and Benjamin Netanyahu, in which Israel's plan for attack was discussed. At the same time, the US military also carried out a strike against the Iran-aligned Houthis in Yemen. This was to depict Pentagon's ability to strike hard-to-reach facilities and at the same time to pacify Israel. And then Israel carried out an attack with US on board. Now, whether or how Iran would respond to Israeli attack remains to be seen. But one thing's for sure, the United States remains a crucial player in directing how the theatre of war plays out in West Asia. Bureau Report, India Today Global.